Welcome to the Clown Show. This is the last and final mock draft 3.0. We have Dan, Justin, Brad, along with me here tonight, and we're going to do this draft the same way that we have been doing, but we did add an extra round. So this is going to take us to 4 rounds of rookie draft picks. We're all going to make, I guess that's going to be, what, 8? No, more than that. 12 selections to get us to 48 picks. So we all have 12 picks here tonight, and this is still pre-NFL draft, so we don't have quite all the information, and so there's still going to be some things that change between now and when our rookie drafts start. I think we're all in a rookie draft that does start though Saturday night, so we're going to be right back at it right away following the NFL draft. So I really feel like the people that know have knowledge will be knowledgeably powerful, and the people that haven't done their research will definitely fall victim to those early drafts that start, the early part of next week. So without further ado, I'm going to be on the clock with the 101, and then we'll go to Brad number 2, Justin number 3, Dan number 4. So we've kind of rotated our spots up a spot each draft. So, I will start, and pretty easy pick for me. I think every round, every time so far, we've always taken Bijan Robinson at the 1-1, and I won't do anything any different. And I would imagine next week I'll do the same thing. So I don't think anything will change that. Brad, to you.
Yeah, I'll take my guy in Bryce and be pretty happy with it.
You think you'll take him no matter where he gets drafted?
Yeah.
Number 2? Okay. Justin, to you.
I'm going to end up going with CJ Stroud.
Is that going to matter where he lands to where you draft number 3, Justin?
No.
You're going to take him number 3 every time?
Most likely, it's between him and another quarterback.
Gotcha. Okay. How about you, Dan?
Hi. I am actually going to jump on the hype train for this draft for more of a conversation piece at the end, but I am going to take Levis here.
Yeah, that's another one.
Well, it's something we can discuss later at the end why we picked who or whatever.
Yeah, you guys kind of know that I'm pretty stubborn, and I'm going to take Anthony Richardson with the number 4 pick, and he's actually going to be number 2 or 3 on my list. So definitely, I'm debating between him and Bryce Young as far as my number 1, and I'm going to wait till landing spot for that. But yeah, Anthony Richardson will be my second quarterback off the board at the minimum. So I'll take him.
Well, I guess I'll take my next guy, and that's Gibbs. I definitely think he's going to be a good one.
And you like him as well as Bijan, right, Brad?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do you think his size will play a little factor? He's a little shorter at 5'9".
No, I think he keeps his legs moving. He's hard to bring down. I think it'll be fine. Right, reminds me of a CMC type of guy.
And I like him. If he gets drafted in the first round, I'll like him even more, because then I think somebody really wants him badly. But if he's a second round running back, I can't imagine where he'll elevate over my 4th quarterback. But if he's in the first round, I could see a world where he might be my go before the 4th quarterback. Around the 3rd quarterback.
Breece Hall was a second round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no,
at the board.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go with Quentin Johnson here. I think he's the probably going to be the best, if not the second best receiver out of this draft.
Gotcha. Well, you can make some money if you pick him to be the first drafted receiver. He's actually plus money
Oh yeah,
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Quentin Johnson would have been my pick there. From what I see right now, I mean, I guess a lot of depend on where everyone's drafted and if he slides like some people are projecting. But I think if he's a high draft pick, I think he's a good weapon. But I'm going to go JSN here only because I think that's the best player left on the board. I don't know that he's going to be the best receiver, but I think that he at least will bring some fantasy value, no matter where or what he drafted. I mean, he's got unquestionably he's one of the best route runners in the draft. So, be interesting to see.
Okay, well, I have JSN as my number one receiver on the board, but I will change that if he gets drafted by New England, just because now that I've looked back at even Tyquan Thornton became a zero in their. I mean, like I was looking at last year's drafted receivers, and the only bad one was the one New England took, and I guess I'm starting to believe that they just don't know how to do it. Like it's not just one time; it's every time they don't know how to do it.
Mhm.
So. I seriously will not take him if he gets drafted there. I will just fade the crap out of JSN. But right now, he's number one on my board. I'm going to debate here about what I will do. And for the sake of what I think is going to happen post-draft, I'm going to take a player that I envision I'm going to put here. He's not here now on my draft board. But I'm going to go ahead and take Hendon Hooker at the 109. Because if he's a first-round draft pick as a quarterback, as you guys know, I like to monopolize the quarterback position, and I'm just not gonna wait around to see what happens. So he's gonna be on my team now. So nobody else will get a starting quarterback in this draft. So I have two. You guys did each get one, but that's how we're gonna roll.
So you think he's gonna take over soon?
I think he'll be a starting quarterback in 2024.
Okay.
But the point is, I
Agreed.
don't want anybody else to have a quarter. Like, I want to stop that whole so that the quarterback market comes through me. Like, if you want a starting quarterback, you will eventually have to draft it next year in 2024 because you are terrible and you don't have that, and you have that pick, and you will have to elevate and push value to me next year, or else you have to come talk to me about my pricing and how I value quarterbacks and how that works out. So that's kind of my that's this pick.
Yeah.
So there you go, Brad. To you.
All right. I think I'm gonna double down on running backs here and go with Charbonnet.
Very nice.
He's gonna drop.
Very nice.
Yeah, he's gonna drop, man.
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to be a first round draft pick, at least in the rookie drafts. Back end, the front end, in the NFL draft. I'm going to go with another receiver here, Jordan Anderson.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pop Michael Mayer right off the list right here with a 2 tight end premium league and put him right in my sack for.
We already know where Dad's going here.
No, I'm going to go with wide receiver number 2 on my list.
Yep.
We know. Like next.
That would be Zay Flowers right here. That I have him. I have him. That was who I was debating with Hendon Hooker at the 109, and I really think that probably I can influence other people's teams a lot more with Hendon Hooker than I could with Zay Flowers. So if you guys did take him, I thought that Dan would take Hendon Hooker as well if I didn't take him. So, right, is that correct? You would have taken him with your pick. So I knew he wasn't going to come back. So, a little bit of defensive play there, but
I think I will go with. I want to go Tank, but I want somebody else to get him. So I think I'll go Hyatt here.
Oh, I'm big on Jalen Hyatt. Well, you left him on the board just for me, and I appreciate it. I'm going to go with Tank. Yep. He's my next best one on my board.
And there you guys are, wrong again on your running backs. And here I come, taking Devin Ashane, telling you guys.
And now, I mean, I'm pretty predictable, but you guys know that I will now go with my running back, and I'm going to go with my running back 3 on the board. And so we're already at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at running back 6. So I feel like you guys have quick value to me. So running back 3 on my board is Tajay Spears, and the guru John Hanson also has Tajay Spears is number 3 on his board, so I'm just kind of copying him. That's really all this is a copycat business. So him those
You'll see.
And what are we in round 2 here?
So we're at pick 18. So yeah, the tail end of round 2.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about Mims, actually, so I will take him there.
And Marvin Mims, so you wide receiver there. I'm gonna go back to the running back room with Zach Evans.
Nice. I'm gonna go and protect my one of my first round picks with Meyer, and also draft Kincaid, and if that one of the two turn out to be a top tight end.
No, that feels like a really good pick. There, but some of you guys are upstate New York folks, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised you decided that you would let the Syracuse Orangeman running back for me, but I will gladly run to the board with Sean Tucker with the how many 5 times 4 is 20 21st pick in the draft, so very tail end of round 2.
Ooh. All right, now I got to go with my tight end, I think. Washington. If at the tail end of round 2, I'll love him there.
Well,
He ain't gonna be there, and it's round 2. I can tell you that.
I have him at the. I also have him right after Tucker on my board. So had you guys not left me Tucker, and that may change with some drafting, but I like Washington. You kind of got me onto him, Brad. So yeah, when you're drafting against me, that's going to be kind of the chicken or the egg there a little bit, I think.
Justin's up.
I'm gonna go with my next best player in my rankings. Another running back, Israel. I don't even want to try to pronounce that name.
We'll go with Izzy. Izzy,
yeah.
He's high on my list too. I like.
Well, I'm gonna go with the next best receiver on there and hope that pays off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably fallen.
Yes.
I had him queued up, Dan, because I thought that he'd fallen too far in my opinion.
That's what I was thinking.
It was too much.
Jump around the draft board like crazy, leaving all these great guys to me. My God.
Well, I mean, we're drafting every 4.
No, I'm just joking.
But as we go here, so we're 6-24. So this is the 3-1 pick. Man, it's dried up a lot. And but I think I'm going to go with also my first tight end, but with the 3-1, I'd be happy to have Luke Musgrave here. I've heard that he's got the ability to go in the first round of the NFL draft, and if not the first, in the high second. I mean, coming off the injury, but yeah, something to definitely consider. He's one of those top tight ends.
And in the third, I'll go with Rashawn Johnson.
Yeah, good pick. So how many backs are we in? 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. That's the 10th running back. So
yeah, I'm gonna go with
those 10 guys, Ed.
I'll finally take a shot at the tight end room. I'm gonna go with Tucker Kraft.
I am going to reach a little bit here, only because I guess I don't value third round picks quite like some of the rest of the people do. So I am going to go with a guy I think that may down the road help me.
Okay.
Ben Thompson.
I've been hearing some.
do you feel like he's going to be a likely backup in the league that could turn into a starter, Dan, or what?
I just think that he's got, extreme athleticism. For a fantasy value guy, if he's coming in for someone injured, whatever, you need a guy to throw in there and, hopefully carries you, and maybe not necessarily carries you, but at least, gives you some valuable points. He may not be the best quarterback in the draft, but I think for fantasy value, he can give you some points.
Well, I'm going to come back with a running back, Kendry Miller. I don't know where he gets drafted, but another guy coming off injury. So I'm just kind of, as we're in the third round, I'm throwing darts, and I'm basically throwing darts at guys coming off of ACLs and that maybe would have been higher had they, not had those big injuries.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a dart throw actually at a tight end here, and that's Kuntz.
What do you like about Kuntz, Brad? I mean, are you?
I've been hearing some good things about him, that he's been like a sleeper tight end. So we'll see. Maybe like a Jelani Woods type of guy.
Okay. Tight ends are so hard because what NFL views as tight ends, and they'll draft early, can be these blocking guys that don't work in fantasy. And what's good in fantasy is like the guy that left Miami and went to New England. I'm drawing a blank on who's the guy that was tight end in Miami that went to New England. Gesicki.
Gesicki.
So Gesicki, I mean, he's a great fantasy tight end, and he's awful in real life. But so I'm always anxious to hear why you guys are picking tight ends, because I want those Gesicki types. I mean, right? They're the ones that have value to us. All right, Justin, to you.
I'm going to go with a guy that I think shouldn't be on the board right now, and Rashid Rice. Very physical, good size, 6'1", 204 pounds, out of SMU there.
Nice. I'm actually going to go back to quarterback again, and I will take Max Duggan.
Okay. What's your theory on him? He's just tall and right.
He's just, I mean, he had a nice career. I mean, he got lit up in the national championship game, but another guy who can run the ball, throw the ball. You know what I mean? I don't think he's going to be a phenomenal quarterback in the league, but I think he'll make a team as a backup quarterback. And I feel if you can grab some backup quarterbacks, throw on your taxi, and that may amount to something.
Yeah, no, Brock
a lot of value there.
I mean, Brock Purdy's a real thing. So, you use your third round pick so far as some quarterbacks, so I get it. I'm going to go to Cedric Tillman just because his dad was, he's got some pedigree, I believe, and he's a huge dude. I mean, like he's 6'3", so we're going to take an X receiver. I'm going down the board here with the 3. I guess that would be the 310 pick or 39 pick.
And I'll take my QB stab here with Tanner McKee.
Yeah, that was a very good pick. I think he should have been off the board before Thompson and Duggan. But I'm going to go with the old man, Stetson Bennett, with the stab there at a quarterback in the third round.
Yeah, the last one.
Is it me?
It's you,
I'm gonna at this point try to throw a dart at the running back position. I will try with Chase Brown.
Okay. He's a good pick. I'm going to go with A.T. Perry, 6'6" guy, or 6'5" guy. Just another tall X receiver. So I'm kind of taking these big guys that I think could morph into X's because there's just no X's early in the draft. So,
and I'll take Boutte there.
Okay.
There's another guy here I think is about the area that he will be off the board, and Xavier Hutchinson.
Here I'm going to go with who I feel is probably the last rookie tight end to be drafted, with Will Mallory.
All right. And I'm going to continue on the wide receiver pounding them late deal, which I kind of started doing last year, is I would go wide receiver or toward the tail end. And so I'm going to go with Mingo. who is one of my fascinations this year. Again, he's another tall guy. So, you see the theme here. I didn't go with Quentin Johnston, but I'm pounding the height later on in the draft and just see if I can get something with some big, tall drinks of water. Let's see what happens.
I am going to go with Ibrahim here.
Okay.
Me?
It's to me now. Let's see. I'm gonna go with another wide receiver stab with Parker Washington.
Here I am going to go quarterback again with Jaron Hall. Oh, and my computer just kicked on, so I'm going to draft him. Is he the kid out of BYU, Ed?
What was that?
Is he the kid out of BYU, that Jaron Hall?
I have to look. I'll look here in a second as soon as I make my pick, which will also be a quarterback. And so I let some of you guys have some of these quarterbacks, but I'm gonna take Jake Haener, who I feel like is has a possibility to be a Brock Purdy-esque kind of guy that just kind of works real hard. So you'll see him on the end of my benches, as that last guy, and see what happens with him a lot of times.
And I'll end mine with CJ Johnson.
Oh, nice pick. I like him too. So I mean, if I get him instead, somebody takes Haener, I'll take CJ Johnson. I will do that.
Yeah.
And I will finish with.
I'm Lord.
Come on, Justin, man, let's go.
Well,
One pick. Mr.
I'm gonna
Irrelevant.
go with the quarterback out of Houston, Clayton Tune.
Nice. And I am just going to go with the next best player left on the board with Tyler Scott.
Yeah.
This is our draft board. I apologize for not having that up before as we were going here. I was staring at it, but didn't have that posted. So my apologies there. I'd like to hear from you guys on kind of like round by round what you were thinking, and we'll start to ask Dan. And I guess my question really is, no matter what league you're drafted in, and what spots you are you trying to accomplish something in each round of the draft with positions or players, or are you just totally going for this is what my team looks like and this is how I want to build? Like, what was your philosophy on the 12 picks that you made here today?
You're talking to me, right?
Yeah.
So to me, I felt like in the first few rounds I was going for probably best value according to the way the league is set up. Obviously, I wouldn't draft 2 tight ends in my first 5 picks if it's a 1 tight end non-premium league. But the rules do change my draft value is where I value people. But no, toward the end of the draft, I feel like if you're throwing out darts and trying to hit somebody, I think that you want to hit a dart on something that's going to hold value, like the quarterback position that becomes hot commodity come trade deadlines. And if nothing else, if you're not sold on a guy, somebody else, maybe you can still get quite a bit of value back if the guy does hit over, say, a running back or a wide receiver or something like that.
Yeah, so you do have 4 quarterbacks out of your 12 picks, which does lead us in quarterback drafting. So I guess that makes sense to me. How about you, Justin? You're heavy on receivers. Were you trying to accomplish something, in the first round, which would be your first 3 picks, or something in the second round, which were all running backs? And then in the third round, it looks like you had a balance, and the fourth round, 2 receivers and a quarterback.
Well, in those later rounds, I think it's easier to try to hit on a wide receiver than a running back. So where I took, that would be the second round, where I took 3 running backs with my 3 picks in that second round, is where I think you can find the best value for the running back, not trying to have to spend that first round value on a running back. Besides, obviously, Bijan, he's easily going to be one of the best, if not the best player from this draft.
Yeah, gotcha. And Brad, you look like you started with a quarterback, a couple running backs in the first round, and then you went to receiver, tight end in the second round, and then a mix, tight end, running back, quarterback in the third round, and then 2 receivers and a running back in the fourth round. Anything rhyme or reason why you did that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just kind of getting my guys that fell if I thought they fell, or just taking the value where it was.
Okay. So you just kind of rank the whole board, and I'm just going to take my guys down the list, where they are. Okay.
Yeah, and for the later rounds, I mean, it's really all going to depend on where each person goes, and if we think they're going to they can even have a shot or whatever. But just before the draft, I think this is a pretty good spot of what I would do.
Gotcha. And I kind of echo that. So I make a list from 1 to my list right now is 1 to 150. So I have 150 people on my list. Now that'll change a little bit based on the draft, but I would envision that I will draft in this kind of context, though. On Saturday, Monday, that sort of time, I think I will do that as a rule. So I'll come back with, I mean, if you let me have 101, I'm going to take Bijan every time. I don't know where he goes that I wouldn't take him 101. And I don't know where I'm anticipating a quarterback going in the NFL draft number 1. And I don't think that it would make a difference who went where, that I would still take Bijan number 1. Like that feels like a certainty to me. I'm kind of enamored by Anthony Richardson. So I'm not sure if I have Bryce Young or him up higher, but I guess I'm going to kind of feel that out as to where I think I can get him. But I want to have shares of Anthony Richardson. I've decided that I want to hitch my wagon there, so I'm going to try to get him wherever I can, and then or kind of maximize my shares there. And then I do have Flowers as my wide receiver 2, but I think that he's a wide receiver 2 in real fantasy life. Like he's going to be between 13 and 24 is where I could see him being ceilinged. So I guess I'm not that worried about whether I get him or not. Because those feel pretty easy for me to acquire. I mean, T. Higgins, same idea. Like there's enough of those kind of guys that I feel like we can just go trade for one of them. Like I don't need to draft them with capital. So I'm gonna hit my quarterbacks hard and control it. And then I've decided that fading quarterbacks late after the Kellen Mond, Trask, and Mills draft, I've decided that fading them makes sense. Late, like you take all the first round starting guys, and yeah, do you take a dart throw in a Brock Purdy? Yeah, and you get lucky sometimes to hit them, but I'm not going to expound earlier draft capital in that. I'm going to hammer the out of wide receivers. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to pound my receivers late and see if I can hit a Terry McLaurin. See how many Terry McLaurins I can pull out of there. He was a 4th round rookie pick, and that I feel like that. And if they don't work, I feel like I can get rid of them. Like right now, I'm sitting with Mills on my benches, and I don't know what to do with him. Like I don't know. Like there's a world that he could be the starter, and there's also a world that he could be cut. I mean, and I don't know which world it is, and I find myself just like I don't want to drop him, but I don't really want him. If that makes any sense, and I can't really sell him, so I'm just like. Have him. So it feels like there's no place to go routine. And I think and then Mond I really don't want, and Trask I really don't want. So, those are guys that feel like roster cloggers for me. So if I didn't have as many draft picks, I guess I wouldn't feel that way, but I feel like they're roster cloggers. I can't get through whether they're good or not in enough time. Like I feel like you can never drop them. So that's my breakdown. Are you guys ready for Thursday?
Oh yeah,
For sure.
already got plans of watching the the draft with my brother-in-law and a couple of friends. So
Oh, nice, nice. And Dan, did you say you have some plans? Dan has disappeared. Brad, are you doing anything on Thursday night? Do you work or do you do anything?
I'm not doing much. I'll probably just watch the draft here at home.
Actually, Brad, XM Radio, really good coverage on 87, channel 87.
Nice.
Like, and you can just listen to it on your app or your Alexa.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually going to work part of the I work Thursday night, and I was debating whether to take vacation. I think I'm going to watch it. So, wishing everybody here out there, you know, tune into XM. What a great place. So that is our mock 3.0. Thank you guys all for joining us. And on the other side, we'll have some real drafts to post once those draft boards are completed. We'll try to put some of those videos out, and maybe as they finish up, you know, we'll post some of those as well. So for now, we have Justin, Brad, Dan, and I'm Ed. And so long till next time.